What's up, guys? Motorcycle's pretty loud. It's Wayne Bennett. I'm back here to talk to you guys. I'm in Florida for spring break. Just here hanging out with the fam. It's a beautiful day out, so I figured I'd shoot this. This is actually my dad's front yard. So last week we talked about what I'd say to my 18-year-old self as it relates to family. And I talked about having a plan for family. Well, this week I want to talk about what I'd say to my 18-year-old self as it relates to finances. Woo. As it relates to finances. You know, oftentimes people say money is the root of all evil. And I don't think that's all the way accurate. I think the love of money is the root of all evil. And I think that speaks towards making money an ultimate thing, idolizing money. I think money can be a good thing, but I view it more as a resource than I view it as, the reason why I'm alive. But I don't want to harp on that. I want to get to it. So I would say to my 18-year-old self, understand the value of money. Understand its position and its place in your life, right? And when I talk about value, I'm talking about understanding the inner workings of what it is, the system of how it works, right? Like so many times in school, we learn all of this intricate stuff like trig and calculus, and those things are important maybe if you go on to be an engineer. But the very basic things about taxes, about budgeting, about managing your money well, about interest rates, all of those kinds of things, learn those things because they end up being the things that are most important when you're making financial decisions. Most people don't even know what interest rates are and how they affect, what you're paying or what you end up paying in the end. So I would talk to myself about that, man, is learn the game. Learn the game. And similar to family, have a plan for your money. What's the plan for your money? How much money are you spending a month? How much disposable income do you have? What's the plan? Where are you intending to go with every dollar? The second part of that is like, how do you make your dollars your employees? I'll probably create a separate video for that as it relates to investing. But that's been something that's so important for me is how do I make my money make money as opposed to using my time, giving my time to a job, and that's the only means of me making an income, right? That can feel like you're trapped, like you're really trapped, right? Because all of your time is going towards making money as opposed to using your money, finding avenues to buy assets and things that make other money. So I think I would say to myself, man, what's the value of money? Like, do you understand how it works? What's the plan for that money? Do you understand how you're spending? Have you created a budget for how much you're spending monthly versus how much you're earning? And what is that margin? What is that ratio so that you stay within, you stay afloat and you don't over leverage things. This was really a real important thing for me was your rent or your mortgage should not exceed 30% of what you make monthly. Your rent or mortgage does not need to exceed more than 30% of what you make monthly. It keeps you in range. It allows you to have wiggle room and freedom for other things as opposed to over leveraging. It keeps you in a safe space. So I thought that was really, really important. And the same is true for like credit cards, right? Like if you have $1,000 credit limit, you really only have $300. You want to stay within that 30% margin of credit utilization. So these are the kinds of things that I would say to myself at 18 is, do you know enough? Do a little more homework on money and how it works. One of my favorite books, I love it, is Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's it's one of those texts that I connect with deeply, because it changes your perspective and your understanding about money, particularly as it relates to gaining assets and allowing money to work for you, as opposed to giving your time in exchange for money. So I would use that as a resource. I think it's a great place to start from, just of rewiring and reshaping your thoughts about money. It certainly changed my life. So so yeah, yeah, that's what I would say to my 18-year-old self is learn the value of it, the inner workings of it, learn to budget, those kinds of things. I'll create a separate video about investing because I'll talk a little more in depth about specific investments. But but yeah, that's what I would say to my 18-year-old self about finance. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I hope you're enjoying your time and your spring break. Um, if spring break is now for you, and that you guys are enjoying some weather and living great lives, we'll keep doing this. And a reminder that this is dedicated to building a better community and ultimately building better lives. All right.